And in this short video, welcome to 6-Minute Maths, and we're going to look at shapes. Well, parts of shapes, what the vertices, the edges and the faces are. So let's get straight into it. And there's the first diagram there, yeah. So a vertices, another name for a vertices is a corner. Just get my pen. So just make sure it's working fine. Yes, it is. So a corner, a posh name for a corner, if you like, is a vertices. And then any straight lines on a shape are called an edge. And any sides or any faces of a shape, like this is a cube, so this face here I'm drawing on, let's use a different colour pen, so you can see it. Let's use a silver, so this face here, and then there's another face here, there's a face on this side, there's one underneath, there's one on this edge, so there's so many numbers of faces, yeah. So let's have a look at some other examples and we'll take it from there. There we go. On a go slow today. So we've got the cube. So what I normally do is, if I've got this on paper, on a paper-based test, I will look at the vertices and I will circle them. I'll put my dots where they are. So the vertices, remember, are the corners. Count them up nice and easy then. I'll just circle that there. Not keen on this silver pen, so I am going to change it. So the number of vertices, if I add them up, there's one here. Oh, no, I don't like blue either. Try that one. That's better. So there's one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, one here. So there are 8 corners, 8 vertices on a cube. The edges are the straight edges. So you can draw over them to count them if you want to. But I do know on a cube, there's 4 on the top. There's then 4 going down. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then there's 4 on the bottom. So in terms of straight edges on a cube, there are 12. You have to kind of try and visualize it in your mind. And then number of faces, well, I know there's 6 faces on a cube, so there's one at the top, one at the side, one at the back, one at the side, one at the underneath, and then the one at the very front. So there's 6 faces. Just going back to our last diagram, sometimes part of the shape that you can't see is identified with some lines that are kind of like dotted, so you can actually see that it's a 3D shape. Okay, let's have a look at another one. This one's a triangular pyramid, so let's see what we've got here. So let's do the vertices. We've got one at the point at the top, and then we've got the edges at the bottom. So we've got 4 vertices on this. Edges are straight lines. I can just count them or I can draw over them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 edges. And then in terms of faces, there's one on the bottom, that's a triangle, and then there's 3 coming up. So I've got one here, one here, one here, and then the one underneath makes 4 faces. Okay, that's fine. Let's move along. Pentagonal prism. Okay, so we've got, in terms of edges, no, we'll do vertices first. I'll draw them in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then one at the top coming to a point. So there's 6 corners, 6 vertices. In terms of edges, we've got 5 around the bottom. See, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're all coming to a point. So there's another 5 going up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's got 10 edges. In terms of faces, it's got one underneath, and then it's got 5 going all the way around up to a point, so there's 6 faces. Happy with that? Let's move on. Do one more, I think. So we've got a square-based pyramid. Vertices, corners, we've got 4 at the bottom. Look, 1, 2, 3, and 4 going up to a point at the top. So we've got 5 vertices. Edges, we've got 4 lines at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we've got 4 going up to a point, so there will be 8 edges. In terms of faces, we've got 1 underneath, and then 4 triangles going up, so there's 5 faces. Okay, last thing I want to show you is a typical test question, and I found this just the other week. It's only part of the question. There's actually more to it than this, but I've just screenshotted the part that's important to this. So it says the triangular base pyramid, which is this one, and why it's important to know your shapes. Look at my other video, naming shapes. Has how many faces? Well, I've got 1, 2, 3, and then 1 underneath. That's 4. How many edges? The dotted line 1, 2, 3, and then the outside lines another 3, so that's 6. And how many corners? How many vertices? I've got 1 there. I've got 1 there. I've got 1 there, and I've got 1 there. So I've got 4 vertices. Okay, thanks for